terrific lady. I like her a lot. And obviously you do too, because you're buying her books by the barrel. She's one of the most successful authors in publishing history. Her latest book, Lucky, has just been published, as you can see, in paperback. Now, see, I can hear the audience talking. It's Joan's sister, you know. Welcome, if you will, Jackie Collins.
Well, I'm very disappointed Burt Reynolds has gone home.
No, he hasn't gone home. They're looping the movie he did in Las Vegas tonight. And I promised I would get him out in a certain minute.
I must say, I think he's a wonderful and very underrated actor. I think that people go to see Burt Reynolds, men want to see him be the good old boy, but women want to see him in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. He is an underrated actor. He is really...
He is, yeah. He really is good.
You watch him moment to moment. He is excellent on that screen.
And a great director, too.
Yeah.
Wonderful director.
Yeah. Is he your image of the Hollywood leading man?
I have often said, you know, when Hollywood Wives came out, people said to me, well, you know, the movie star in it, Ross Conti, who would be good as Ross Conti? And I said, well, Burt Reynolds is such a great actor, he would be great to play him. So, of course, the papers took that, talking about the media again, and they said, oh, Jackie Collins has written Burt Reynolds. So, of course, he might have heard about that, and that's why he had to go off and loop.
Oh. No,
Sometimes I make people a little nervous because I write about them. I think that you write about the truth. You write about the people that you see and know. And I think that's why I've been lucky enough to be successful, because...
Or do you take an image of a star and write what you think you know?
Yeah, but what I think I know usually turns out to be the truth.
Really?
Yeah.
Then, what I really am saying, then, is do you write less realistic scenes? Do you pull back from them because there are a lot more in this town?
I think so, because I find that if I wrote the truth, that nobody would believe it. I mean, I travel across the country with books, and I get...
Are you talking about just Hollywood or people all across the country?
I write a lot about Hollywood, because I love Hollywood. I think it's an interesting community to write about. And I don't write about the nice Hollywood wives, you know, the ones who are out there doing good works, and a lot of them are. I write about the ones who are out looking at other people's husbands and, you know, just kind of generally playing around.
Yeah.
And I write strong women, too.
Yeah. Well, it's a strange...
See, the ladies understand what I write about. Men read my book for different reasons than women do. Men read them because they think they're incredibly sexy. They go, oh, very hot, you know, a woman has written this and it's hot. But women read them because they understand the women I'm writing about. And I'm writing strong women. And they like that.
But the situations you write about, they are also true in every community in America, in England, in France, everywhere else. Because it's not just because it's the glamour of this city that inspires them to that wildness, but that happens also in Dubuque, in Omaha, in Opp, Alabama.
According to a survey that I heard on Good Morning America this week, men have an erotic thought every 60 seconds. Did you know that?
And women?
I want to know who sits down and does these surveys.
Yeah.
You know, hey, excuse me, Joe, have you had an erotic thought lately?
Yeah.
Well, I did about 60 seconds ago.
Yeah. Well, and plus, if you put a clock on them, they would have one every 60 seconds. And what about women?
Well, women, there was another survey.
You have fantasies.
I write them. I don't have them, I write them. I mean, it's great. You can have a million affairs. You can create an excitement in a book, I think. I want people to pick up my books and get this great, exciting visual image and relationships and all the things they might say to themselves, well, I would like to be like that character, or I hate that character, but she's interesting to read about. Lucky is a character that is a very strong woman, but also she would be very threatening for some men, because they'd say she's so strong, she does what she wants. She's almost like a James Bond for women. She strides through the book, and she does what she wants, and she's very good looking, and a lot of men like her, too.
But then you're really a Freudian writer, because he said that our sexuality dictates everything we do in our lives.
Well, I don't write spy stories. I write about people's sexuality. I write about relationships. And I've said this to you before, Merv, if you just want to read sex, go and pick up Penthouse or Playboy and read the letters page, which is made up by the male editors anyway. They sit in a room and they go, what should we make up today?
Yeah.
And I think that I write people that are interesting. And then you want to know about their sex lives because they're interesting characters. There is
Would your book sell without
Sure.
the sexual scenes?
People buy my books because of the story. They want to know what happens next. They want to know what happens on the next page. They want to know if this character is going to end up with that character or whatever happens. And as I say, I base it on truth. Because Burt was saying before about the newspapers and how they treat him and everything, and that he's done things in his life that he regrets. Well, I've probably written those things that he's never admitted. What about him?
Right. Your life, you're married.
Yeah.
This is not a marrying community anymore, it seems. But the young people coming up don't seem that involved in marriage. In relationships, yeah, but they don't seem to want to make it legal.
Well, I think you should get married because you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, not because it's the thing to do. And I'm very much a believer in girls, when they leave school, should be taught that in life they can do anything. I really have this strong belief that women can do anything. They can pilot... Thank you, lady. Thank you. They can be surgeons and they can pilot planes, and they don't have to be brought up with the thought that, oh, you know, you're going to get married when you're 20 and you're going to have 2 kids. And when you're 30, you're a different person, and the kids are growing up and your husband is slaving over a hot secretary, and life just ain't the same. So I think that women, as well as men, should say, if somebody comes along and he's great and I love him and I really want to spend the rest of my life with him, I'll marry him, but not just because it's the thing to do.
And what about children?
Well, children, obviously, you have children with the man you love. Right. Or a lot of actresses have them with people that they just want to live with and don't get married. And, of course, you have to be very financially secure to do that. I don't recommend that. I mean...
You see, the People magazine just came out with a story about women over 35 and their changes of marriage. Did you see that?
Their attitudes.
Yeah,
I thought that was a very interesting survey, because what they were saying was, they were saying the old maids of Hollywood, and they, you know, brought up people like Goldie Hawn and Barbara Streisand. Well, I mean, you know...
Who lead exciting lives, but are not married.
They don't want a husband. What do they need a husband for? They've got it all.
But that's this decade.
Yes, but...
What do you do when you hit 65 and 70?
Well, I know women who are...
who are
over 50, who lead exciting lives. There's one actress I can think of in particular. I won't name her. I'll write her in a book. But she's a very sensual woman, and she says to me, Jackie, she says, I don't want a husband around the house. She says, I have one man to go bowling with, I have another one to take to Italian restaurants, another one that I go to the opera with, and another one that I take home to bed. So she seems to have solved the problem. I mean, it's a little bizarre, but if you want to lead your life that way, why not? Men have always done it.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. You see, if I say this and the women are responsive, it's only because in their minds they realize that is the right way to live your life, because we only have one life. We're here and we should have fun.
We'll come right back after these commercials. Jackie Collins. The luscious taste of fresh peach. Reuniti Natural Peach. Hollywood Husbands, when's that coming out?
Hollywood Husbands
is
going to make Hollywood wives look like the church tea party. I have tried desperately to keep the husbands faithful, but none of them have managed to do it yet. No. I'm finishing it this week. I'm actually on the last chapter now, and it's such fun. I mean, it's just sort of racing along towards the climax.
And will we be able to guess who's who and...
Well, you have a good time guessing.
And what's what?
I never reveal who my characters are. I mean, people went crazy in Hollywood Wives. They would phone me up and they'd say, now, Jackie, darling, you know, Hollywood Wives are not like that at all, although it's a very accurate book about Hollywood, and of course that wasn't, was that Kirk Douglas, was that Burt Reynolds, was it, you know, whoever.
Yeah.
They love guessing.
Yeah.
They love guessing.
Am I in the new one? I was in the last one.
Well, let's just put it this way. One of the Hollywood Husbands is a hot talk show host.
Carson. No, but you always put me in my real name.
Yes, I always put you in. You're my good luck symbol.
Yep.
You're always in there somewhere.
Yep.
Because I think I reflect in my books what people do in America, and they watch Carson, and they watch you, and you're part of the family, Merv.
Hot damn.
Yeah.
Hot damn.
And you're looking good.
I'm feeling good. When will this be out?
Hollywood Husbands.
Well, first of all, this is going to be, Lucky's going to be a series.
Lucky is going to be a series on NBC. It's going to be 8 hours of lust and sin and sex, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be more fun than Hollywood Wives. And that's coming out in the fall. And the paperback is coming out next month. And I've done a commercial for it. I've done my own commercial.
Well, you do your own commercials now?
So
You hold
funny.
up the book and say, wait till you hear what Lucky is
Well,
up
it's
to.
so funny. I went to do the commercial, and they had these giant blow-ups of the book. And I've got a billboard on Sunset, and so they had blown up the billboard, too. So I was kind of strolling, and my voice went down about 6 octaves, and I'm going, hello, I'm Jackie Collins. I write books. And it's really funny. But I think it's fun.
Good.
That comes out next month, and Hollywood Husbands comes out in October.
Mm-hmm. And I suppose that's already been bought for a motion picture.
Well, a producer said to me the other day, let's shake hands. We were out at dinner, and he said, it's mine. And I said, well, I'll shake hands tomorrow. I want to executive produce it. I want to be able to say...
Do you want the control?
No, I don't want control. I want to be able to cast it. I want to really be able to say, this is the guy that should be in it, and this is the actor that should play that role, because I think it's very important. I think people who read my books, and there's a lot of them, and I get some wonderful letters from people, and I don't want to disappoint them, you know. I want to be able to have my say, because it's their image of who's in the book, and I want to help.
How many guys have called you and given you tips for Hollywood Husbands?
More than you know.
They do that, don't they?
They call me up. I have to tell you, one called me yesterday, and he said, oh, Jackie, he said, I've got to tell you this story. He said, I was out with this girl. He said, it's a bizarre story. He said, we were shopping on Rodeo, and she said to me, well, she said, I must tell you, darling, I'm bisexual. So he said, I looked at her, I thought this was a hot date, and I said, well, you should have told me this before. She said, no, you don't understand. You bi, and I'm sexual.
Whoa! That's a new definition.
Right, so he had to buy her a rather magnificent present, and everything was okay.
Yeah.
But it's true. I mean, he called me yesterday with this story. But people like to tell me things. They don't want me to, you know, say the real names, but they love to reveal things to me. And I love to hear them. I am a good listener.
Right.
And I'm giving people a little bit of Hollywood today, a little bit of what goes on in Beverly Hills. Not what we all think goes on in Beverly Hills.
You could do all of your books about your own sister.
Ooh.
No, I mean, that's true. She keeps everybody's life spiced up with...
Have you been reading the proofs for Hollywood Husbands?
No.
I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. No, Joan is a fascinating character, and I would have to devote a whole book to her, because she's had an incredible life. And I think Alexis is such an interesting character, and Joan brings such power to the character. But we want to stay talking, so I don't think I'll write about her just yet.
Do you have an agreement? Has she said to her, I don't want to see...
No, she's always saying to me, why don't you write about me? So, I don't know. It would be interesting. I do have a hot television star who marries a slightly younger man in Hollywood Husbands called Silver, but it's not Joan.
No.
No.
But did she marry a slightly younger man?
Well, she did.
And did she call you for approval?
No, we never call each other for approval. We just call each other and, you know,
now what have you
gossip,
done?
say what's going on.
Is it a close relationship, though, between... I mean, I see you all the time at dinner together.
Yeah, we're very close. We're very different. You know, she does and I write. I really love what I do.
Are you both products of private girls' schools?
We are. Very English, very correct girls' schools with school uniforms and no boys. When I brought my kids here, I thought, oh, my God, you know, I can't put them into the schools here because they're so wild. But I was a pretty wild child myself. I came to Hollywood when I was 15 and sort of got to know the town quite well.
And was Joan here?
She was here. She was a movie star here then. And I was expelled from school, and she said, come on over. And I couldn't wait because I really wanted to see Hollywood. So when I write books like Lucky and Hollywood Wives, it's really both sides. It's not just the glitz and the glitter and the mansions. It's what I saw when I first came here when I was a kid, and when I really saw what goes on in the film industry, the other side, when you're not a star and you're not famous, and the way people use each other.
Yeah. It's a great deal of exploitation, isn't there?
Yeah. But, you know, I think you're only successful in life doing something that you really want to do, not doing it for the hype or the money or saying, oh, I'm going to write this book. Because a lot of people come along now and they say, oh, I'm going to write a book just like Jackie Collins. We'll throw in sex and Hollywood and it's going to work. That doesn't work. I'm doing something I love to do. I'm writing basically for myself. I like what I write, and I would like to read more books like this.
But did your parents live to see both of your success?
Well, my mother, unfortunately, died 20 years ago, and I've been published now for 18 years, and she never saw it, which was a great heartbreak to both me and Joan.
Right.
But my father, who's 80, has gone publicity crazy lately, and is suddenly writing all these revelations about my two daughters.
Oh, God.
I mean, it's so bizarre.
Is he really?
Yes, and he goes, I've seen Joan in the nude on the screen. He says, that doesn't bother me. But the things Jackie writes, so disgusting. I'm reading this, and he's never read my
Where
books.
is he?
He's in London, fortunately. Keep him there.
Have you called and said, Dad, stop?
No, I mean, he's 80. What am I going to say? If he enjoys it, he obviously...
But he hasn't read your books?
No, he hasn't. He gets to the first page and the first four-letter word, and he goes, oh, my God, this is a woman writing this, and it's my daughter. Oh, my God, he says. Because there is a double standard about that. You know, men can write what they like.
Yeah.
But if a woman does it, it's sort of considered shocking.
Funny, but there he is sitting and...
Yes. I know, I'm
going,
amused
what
by
are they doing now over there, huh?
Yes.
Joan's
yes,
over
yes.
there, isn't she?
Joan's over there. She's doing a mini-series called Monte Carlo, which should be kind of fun.
Oh, my word.
Yes, so maybe Monte Carlo will be
There
up
goes
against
that
Lucky.
principality. You girls are taking care of all the glamorous spots in the world,
Yeah, well,
aren't
she's
you?
doing it with George Hamilton, and I love George.
Yeah,
George with
he's
the perfect tan.
super guy.
And he's a very funny man, too.
He is. Thank you,
He'd
Jackie.
be a good character.
Oh,
Yes.
I'll bet you he's in Hollywood Husbands a lot. Here it is in paperback. One of the biggest bestsellers in hardcover of all time, Lucky. We'll come back after this message. Well, our thanks to Burt Reynolds and, of course, to Jackie Collins. That's it for today. Among my guests tomorrow will be Charo. Charo will be here, and Ronnie Shell will be along. Thank you, Jackie.
Sounds good. Thank you, Merv. It's always fun.
Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. Promotional consideration paid for by the following.